Hey guys, Alex from Bicycle Chain here. Today we're taking a look at the 2017 Specialized Roubaix and what is it that makes this bike absolutely incredible and why has it already won 5 out of 5 Bike Radar award and Cycling Weekly's Endurance Bike of the Year already. Let's take a look at some of the features. So first thing at the very core of the bike, always the frame. This is the lightest frame Specialized have ever produced, which is an incredible feat really when you consider the company such as the Tarmac. Some of those frames are incredibly light. This goes one step further. Let's have a look at the slightly more interesting features that you can see. So the Future Shock, so called by Specialized. So this is the spring element of the front of the bike. So what Specialized have done cleverly is place this above the frame, so effectively suspending the rider. So the idea with that is you're not affecting the handling, that you can still have a really fast, efficient bike beneath you, but it's just you, the rider, that's suspended. So within this, 20 mil of vertical movement. So you can see here, if I can demonstrate. So let's face it, our road's far from perfect. This just eats them up. It really does. You can hit a pothole, barely feel a thing. It's fantastic design. Pretty straightforward, but it is really does the job well. So that's one way they've gone about getting a huge amount of comfort into the front end of the bike. At the back end, Specialized have dropped the seat clamp now into the seat tube effectively, so it sits below the top tube. What this gives you is from this point, the seat post is effectively out of the bike from here. So if we peel the rubber cap back, you'd see that the post is not touching the frame. And coupled with the S-Works Elastomer seat post, what this gives you is a huge amount of flex in the saddle. It'd be difficult for me to demonstrate by hand, but when you're sat on it, you hit those bumps, you get rival comfort from the back and the front of the bike, so it's superb. To keep the bike really stiff and handling well, we've got bolt-through axles front and back on this bike. So this particular model, the Expert, is the Cycling Weekly bike, Endurance Bike of the Year, sorry. And so this comes with full Ultegra hydraulic discs. It's a phenomenal ride. The fit options on this bike, it really covers quite a broad spectrum of people. So Specialized are now fitting what's called a hover bar. So the bar actually rises slightly from the stem. What this has allowed them to do is in its most upright position, it's a very relaxed endurance-based bike. At the other end of the spectrum, if you go to a straight bar, standard bar, you can swap out the top of the headset assembly here and lose your spacers, drop the bike down. It's almost to kind of tarmac position. So you really have got a broad spread. And I think for a lot of riders, the great thing with this bike is it doesn't matter what level you're at. There's a fit that should work for you, and the bike for our roads and for most uses is dynamite. So that's one of the things with it. I think when we first looked at this bike, everyone does the same thing. You push up and down on the bars and you think, ooh, I'm really unsure about that. It's going to feel wallowy when I ride it. What will the handling be like? I'll tell you now that when you get on this bike, it handles superbly. You can sprint on it and you really don't feel that head shock, future shock rather, doing anything it shouldn't, but it totally comes into its own when you hit the bumps. It's truly brilliant bike. So let's take a look at the various different models and I'll talk you through them. As I said, this is the Expert. The Fat 10R frame, carbon frame, full Ultegra hydraulic 11-speed group set, bolt through front and rear, Cycling Weekly Endurance Bike of the Year. Let's take a look at the other models. Okay, so we were having a look at the Expert model, which retails at 3,200. Let's take a look at the Comp, 2,400. What changes? Well, great news is the main frame chassis is exactly the same. Still bolt through, you still have your Future Shock and your new features S-Works post and the low seat clamp. Really, it's in a group set shift. So wheels remain the same, still the DT Swiss. So nice, light, strong, reliable, fast wheel. The changes in shifters, so we drop to the sort of more 105 level shifter. It's a 105 Ultegra mix really, this bike, so Ultegra rear derailleur, and we run the Praxis crank. So Praxis is still really stiff. The Ultegra's a slight notch up, but those are the changes with this model. So really, really good value this bike at 2.4, still get that fantastic chassis. Okay, so this is the entry level Roubaix here. It's the Elite, it's £1,900. So coming down from the comp, shift away from hydraulics. This is a cable operated disc system. Obviously the bike and the wheels are disc ready, so if you wanted to upgrade to hydraulics at a later date, it is much, much easier. So 105 11 speed group. So Praxis crank, same as the previous model, and again the chassis stays the same, and the S-Works post, etc. You've got all those features with this bike. The wheel set does change from DT Swiss to Axis, so a slight downgrade there. It's still light, very responsive bike, and if you're looking to get under 2,000, really capable bike that you can upgrade as you go, this is a fantastic contender. Today we've looked at the Expert, the Comp and the Elite model. The Roubaix range goes all the way up to the S-Works at 7,500 with the SRAM ETAP group set, better wheels, etc. It's a slightly different carbon in the frame. Come on in, have a test ride and see for yourself just how incredible the Roubaix is. Thanks for watching, like and share, and we'll see you soon. If you're watching on Facebook, like and share. If you're watching on YouTube, I can't remember the sign off. I have to rein myself in when we do. What do you want me to do, like? Just look. See you soon. Yeah. Ciao, ciao. Is that all right? Yeah. Yeah, good. It's a lot easier like that, actually. Yeah.